Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, Supportive Oracle cards, the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I think these work well together. I really, really do. I'm enjoying them, so I figure let's just continue to enjoy them, shall we? Shall we? Okay. Well, that's peculiar. Okay, we got more cards to put out. You got a peculiar ending here, but that, you know what, that might be more... I know a few Scorpios, and you know what? You could take something that other people couldn't handle and just make something out of that that's not really that bad. Like, you could see a situation like, well, this is a train wreck, but, you know, at least we can do this with it. And it just feels like, yeah, well, that happened. Let's just handle it. I don't know how you guys do that, because I know you guys are extremely emotional, but if you make up your mind, like, yeah, this is a crap show, but let's do this. And just, if you just make up your mind to make it better, then you'll just do that. You're just kind of like, yeah, I don't want to feel like crap today, so I'm going to do what I can with this, and then whatever I can't, I'm just going to walk away from that or throw it away, and that's what we're going to do. When you make up your mind, well, Scorpio, when you make up your mind, and that's what's going to happen. We all know that. It's one of the best parts about Scorpio. I love that. Because when you made up your mind, you've made up your mind. You got energy, and there's a lot of energy pushing forward from this. Eight of Wands, Chariot, and the Seven of Wands, which is throwing forward here. Probably should show you the cards. It's fun. You're coming into this at a run. And it's a rough situation. Whatever's going on here, it's like I don't know if it's just starting off bad, but you're not accepting it, because it feels like that to me. It feels like that to me. Like, it's starting off rough. Excuse me. Yeah, because I get the hiccups when things are rough. It's starting off rough, but it's almost like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So whatever's going on here, we're fixing that. We're fixing it now. I'm not doing this crap. No, this isn't going to crash and burn. I don't have the time for that. We're going to fix it. And boom, you're in it fast. They're like, no, we're going to pick this up quick. This is not going to crash and burn. And you're pushing this Seven of Wands. It's going forward, kind of like, the Seven of Wands to me is like, it's overcoming that adversity. It's kind of like, yeah, I've had some battles. Yeah, I've been beaten a couple times. That doesn't mean I'm going to get beat today. Because today I'm not putting up with it. You know, I'm not doing it. And I will hold this line if it takes the rest of my life. I'm not giving in. I've already decided. No. So you're coming into the situation very strong. Now you're going up against the Stag Spirit, which is very strong in itself. It says take the lead, which I feel like this is saying you have a challenging energy you're going against here. This is not somebody who wants to make this fail, but they may be hell-bent on doing it the same way, and by doing it that way, it's heading for a fail. So, you know what I mean? They're not purposely trying to make it fail, but by not bending and molding with the situation, they're causing it to fail. That happens sometimes. It's a good energy, but it's got this stubborn feel to it. This is something you come up against right off the bat. You got the Snake Spirit, which is... Snake has a very interesting energy to it because it goes a few different ways. This is a beautiful snake. It says time to heal, but that also reminds me, like, snakes can strike quick. Snakes change. Snakes shed their skin. There's a lot going on with Snake Spirit. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's kind of like I'm first dealing with the fear of the snake. Like, you know, it's coming. It's got its teeth out. It's gonna try to get me. So the first thing is, like, I have to protect myself from the snake. I either have to keep it at a distance, or I gotta move it away from me, or, you know, I gotta determine how deadly the bite really is. Then I have to be like, this has to change, because the snake is not one to just stay in one spot. It's gonna move, it's gonna change. So I gotta try to make this change. I might have to force it to change. You might have to force it to change. I feel like you make a very good point. Your energy is strong. Whoever this is, however this goes, it's kind of like you come in very strong and you make a very blunt point. Sometimes that's what it takes to move people out of stubborn. It doesn't always work, but kind of like, you know what, as long as you're okay with this outcome, keep doing that, whoever you are. Keep doing that, Stag, As long as you don't mind ending up face first in the dirt with somebody stepping on the back of your head, you just go ahead and keep doing that, because that's ridiculous. Why would you want that? It's very blunt, to the point, kind of like, go ahead, you're gonna face first, and you know you're gonna, so you just keep doing that. As long as you're okay, go ahead. You want people stepping on the back of your head, you go right ahead, you can keep doing that. It's blunt, it's brutal, but this snake card anyway doesn't come forward as like a friendly energy. It comes forward like, we're gonna change and you may not like it, but it's gonna happen. Boom, blunt energy. Blunt energy. We're just going to deal with the truth. Just boom, that's it. When you do that, it doesn't last long. It's kind of like this energy has to kind of accept that. Like, you're not saying anything wrong in the sense of like, you're right, and they know you're right. That's the problem. They know you're right. They're like, oh yeah, no, because they're already getting kicked in the back of the head as it is. They're like, I'm going to end up face first in the sand with people stepping on the back of my head. I don't want that. That's going to be very uncomfortable. They don't want to change what they're doing, but they hear you loud and clear. And they're like, no, I don't want that, Scorpio. No, I don't. The stag says, no, I don't want that. All right, what do we need to do? Because I can't think. I'll just do what you say. Just tell me what to do, because I don't like this. I'm not even sure what I need to do. This is changing so fast, but I understand you're right. I can't have that outcome. You just tell me what we need to do. I will work with you on this. The Ace of Wands is showing up. They're like, okay, then I need to change. Yes, I don't want that. I can't. No, that outcome is not for me, but I don't know what to do about it. Just, I trust you. You're telling me the truth. What do we need to do? And I'm saying the trust there, too, because you got the hummingbird. Now, in this deck, it says be here now, which makes sense. You're making changes in the now. You're moving forward in the now. I also get like love with the hummingbird. I always have. I don't know what to tell you about that. I get love energy with the hummingbird. So I'm getting like, you understand the respect and the trust that's being handed over to you. You completely get that. And you're kind of like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to lead you wrong. I'm going to do the best I can. You also let this person know this is going really fast. We're going to do our best to change this, but I can't guarantee anything other than not that result. We can find something better than that result, but we got to roll with it. Things are happening left and right. You just got to go with me. It's not always going to make sense. You just got to keep going with me. Like, things change every 5 seconds here. So just roll with me. Just go with me on this. I have your best interests at heart. I'm looking out for both of us. Just keep going with me. Roll with me on this. Very fast-paced energy. Very fast-paced. Cow spirit comes in. Miracles are endless. I think the cow in this is very majestic, and I think it's supposed to be, obviously, because it says miracles are endless. But there's so much you can get from a cow. Like, there's milk, milk makes so many different things, cheeses, yogurts, whatever you got, cottage cheese, all that good stuff. Sour cream. I don't know why I'm going through all the things. But I keep feeling like when I'm going through all these different things that you can get from the cow stuff, I'm also getting, like, that's how the situation keeps presenting itself. This, you could do this, you could do that. This comes out, that comes out. This is here, that's a possibility. You could do this, you could do that. There's a lot of possibilities. You're catching them the best you can. Is this working? Because I think it is. Now, the moon card comes up on your side. And it's like, okay, hold on. Something went really, like, it's almost like we've been working in the makeup industry, and all of a sudden somebody's like saying, well, we need to sell ties. And you're like, what? Yeah, we need to start selling ties now, like, men's ties, women's ties, people who wear ties, anybody who wears ties. It doesn't matter their gender. Whoever wants to wear them, we don't care. As long as they buy the ties, who the hell cares? I don't care what their gender is. As long as they want to buy it, let's just sell these ties. We need to sell these ties. And you're like, we sell makeup. We got ties. We got to add those in. We got to make that part of the situation. Okay. And it's kind of like, oh, all right. Ties, you say. Yep, ties for everybody. Whoever wants them. We don't care if they're man, woman, indifferent, non-binary, whatever's going on. We don't care. Whoever wants to wear them, we want to sell them to them. That's what we want. And I feel like this, when they get the moon, it's just kind of like you're looking at somebody like, how the hell did this happen? Kind of like, we've been doing makeup all this time. Why are we starting to throw in random pieces of clothing? Like, I know but what? And you're kind of like, I guess we have to. That comes off from the side. Whoever you were dealing with, this stag spirit kind of looks at you like, okay, that was unexpected. Let's start slow with that. Let's keep going with, how about you keep doing what you're doing and I'll slowly try to fold this in where I can, where I feel like it would actually work or possibly work. So it's almost like we've been selling makeup all this time and they're like, okay, I'll take care of that. I'll slowly fold this in. So they get a small part of the inventory and they just keep like start it off like next to the cash register, like an impulse buy at the end. And then they find other ways, like maybe we'll just randomly put them around other things that have similar colors as the ties we're seeing. Maybe that'll inspire somebody. And they just slowly get a little deeper. And maybe we'll put a bigger display over here in case somebody, for some reason, this catches on and they're looking for all the ties. We'll put all the ties, all the different ties we have in this section, have them like scattered throughout the store next to other things that match them, and have a couple few impulse buys near the cash register. Let's do that. So they're slowly working on this. You can trust the stag to do that as well. Whoever the stag energy is, just kind of like, I'm going to deal with the main, I'm catching the things left and right. That's a madhouse anyway. And you just try to add those in slowly. And they're thinking that's a good idea. I'll just start adding this in slowly. And they're thinking about the best way to make it work, because they're kind of like, we need to get rid of these ties. It's almost like they're looking at it like, we need to make this work as best we can. We need to get these moving. They're not even questioning how it doesn't seem to fit. They're just kind of like, it's here. It's here. I guess I just have to deal with it. There's a lot of, it feels very earth. I mean, this is the only earth card besides the next one coming up that I see here that's just definitely earth, but I'm getting a very earth spirit feel here. Doesn't mean they're an earth sign. They don't have to be. But they might be very dependable. Earth is usually connected with dependability. You don't have to be an earth sign to be dependable, though. You know what I mean? But this is the energy I'm dealing with here. We're dealing with here. The next card that comes in is the Hierophant, which this is the second earth. This is an earth card, too. This usually talks about Taurus. So I can equate, Taurus is earth, so I equate this card to earth. They're figuring this out. They're solving that puzzle. You're kind of like, I don't know what we're going to do with that. They're like, that's okay, I'll figure it out. And they add it in. You're like, okay, cool. They're doing it all on their own. And you're like, yeah, cool. They made that work. I still don't understand why we got those things here. But okay, fine, cool. All works. We're going to be a tie store and a makeup store. So makeup and ties. I guess so. Okay, why not? This person here that I refer to as the stag spirit made it work. They found a way to work. Yeah, we have some near the cash register. We have some scattered out the same colors near the same type of colored makeup. And we got a wall over here showing all the different options in case somebody just wants to go through all the tie options if they're looking for something specific. So they don't have to hunt through the whole store for it. So we got a lot of different ways we're using this, and we're getting good sales on it. It's going well. You're like, cool, success, love it, great. I didn't have to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I'm glad it worked out. Great. Cool, you do that. Everything's coming in together. It's meshing in. You took care of the wild area, the wild energy. You got that under control. This other side thing that you're just kind of like, I don't know what that's about. The stag took care of that. They slowly melded it in while you're doing the main part. Worked out good. Came in copacetically. I'm getting, there's more changes. It just keeps happening. Like, this is just like, after, like, this goes in copacetic and there's this moment of success, but then it doesn't stop. The situation is still up in the air. It's still going crazy. They got Deer Spirit, be gentle, bring a gentle touch, and the Three of Swords for the environment. Whoever this is kind of like, what the hell? Like, why can't we get a break? Like, somebody feels overworked. I think it's overworked. And this is somebody who can do a lot. This, because it's Earth, and Earth can do a lot. It's not so much about, it's just kind of like, the craziness, that's what it is. It's not about having the effort is there. It's just that it's so wild. It's like wild energy, and they're just kind of like, what's going to happen tomorrow? I'm not even sure what happened yesterday, let alone what's going on today, but what's happening tomorrow? And this has gone on for so long for them that they're just trying to get through it. They can do a lot. But usually there has to be some structure. This energy I'm connecting to, like, they thrive better with structure. They'll do their part, they'll do a lot, they'll get a lot done, but there's usually structure behind it. And it just feels like the structure is just, it's ever changing. Ever changing. It just doesn't stabilize. Now, when you're seeing this, you're still making it work. This is I saw this ending and I'm just like, it would be Scorpio who would make this work. Because it's wild energy. It feels like wild energy. I think the Five of Swords is the other person you're dealing with. Because you know they're getting exhausted, and this is just like, it's kind of wiping them out. They can do a lot, and they're very dependable to do a lot. But when, like, they don't understand what happened yesterday, let alone what's going on today, and they don't even know what to think about tomorrow, they do what they need to do. They do what is required of them. You tell them what needs to happen, and they make it happen. But the fact that there's no stable, like, they're gonna, like, I'm gonna come in tomorrow and I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, like, that's not what's gonna happen. So they might come in tomorrow and do BQA. And it's kind of like, why are we doing those out of step? Because it needs to be done that way. You gotta do B first, then you gotta do Q, and then you gotta do A. And they'll be like, well, I thought A went first. Nope, not today. A's third. A's third. Sorry, you gotta do it third. And they're like, okay, okay. And you know it's difficult for them, but you also know they're doing their best to make it happen. The Lover's card is like you're passing the test, you're getting it to work. It's working out. You trust this person. You just know that they're getting exhausted. The Five of Swords is, I feel like you're kind of wondering, like, how much longer can we do this? And it's starting to weigh on you. The Five of Swords is like, I don't know how much longer this can last, but it seems to keep going. Piper Spirit is the playful one, the World, and then the Whale. This has to be reevaluated at some point. And I feel like that's what you're heading for. You got to find a way to give this person a break. You might have to switch people's roles around a little bit. You might have to find a stable role that person can do temporarily and switch people around a little bit. If that's possible, if you have the ability to do that, you can handle the randomness. Scorpio can handle that. You guys can thrive in that. Even if it goes on indefinitely for a long time, you can thrive in that. But this other energy, it's really starting to suck down their energy, and it's really giving them a hard time. I feel like there needs to be kind of like a switch out of roles, and there might have to be something like that put in place. Like, you know what, for the next 5 days, everybody's going to do these roles. And then when those 5 days are up, everybody's going to change to we're going to go around this. It's like a clock system. Like, every 5 days, you go to the next spot. And like we just keep going around until this ends. And then you know you're going to do this different type of role, but that role is going to be random. I don't know, it's almost like, you know, if we're going to use the makeup store thing, I don't know why I'm using that, but it's kind of like people being the checkouts and doing returns, that's one. People stocking, that's another. People cleaning up and organizing things, that's another. People helping customers, that's another. So it's like every 5 days, everybody stays in the role they're in. And then we all move one click. Now people who were doing returns and checkouts are now doing stocking. And then the people who are doing stocking are now helping the customers, and there's something I'm missing there. You know, we're going to just keep rotating around. Each role is still random and has random problems and responsibilities, but if we keep moving it around, it might give people enough of a break that they can get through this. Because I feel like there needs to be something like that, because the world is telling me with the Whale Spirit, like, this has to end at some point, but there has to be a way to make this more enjoyable for people, and that might literally do it. So especially this energy that needs some type of structure, that might be enough of a structure to be like, well, I have to get through this 5 days doing this role. And then when that 5 days is over, I'm going to do this role for 5 days. That might be enough of a structure to keep them like feeling like there's some type of focus or some type of plan to work with here. The Whale Spirit is like a family card to me. This is difficult. I feel like when the World card's coming in, it's kind of like, you know, people are bonding. Whatever this is, there's more bonding going on with a lot of people, and I feel like that's what the world is saying. People are bonding and becoming more of a family with this situation. I don't think it means this situation's going to end, whatever it is, anytime soon, whatever you're dealing with. But I do feel like through this trial by fire or whatever is going on here, this randomness, people are getting closer and trusting each other more because they feel like they don't have any choice, and it's making the whole team very much more cohesive. It's bringing people together because they're just like, I can't do this on my own, I need help, and they're helping each other. It seems you're making it. You roll with it a lot better, but I feel like they're saying that implement this a little more. Maybe this can stabilize it to a point, so at least we can get through this, everybody can get through this. You'll make it through, but these other people are struggling that might change it up just enough so you can get through this and everybody else can get through it too. Alright. I'm going to let it go there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.